Yo, back. Dang! Today we're working upper body, in particular pulling, which is back. And I consider back the bread and butter of upper body and upper body strength. So there's a lot of pulling, but it also works on your forearms and your grip. And most importantly, working the back, that's where a lot of your strength is, upper body anyway. So let's do this. First exercise is going to be single arm dumbbell wide rows. In this particular movement, I am going to be using a bench. The opposite side will be on the bench, so I'm going to take that knee, I'm going to place it on the bench along with the non-pulling hand on the side of that bench. I'm going to take the dumbbell and I'm basically going to raise it up wide row, so I want the elbow to flare outward, and we're going to be in the regular traditional or conventional grip. When you come up, you want to make sure your elbow is slightly above the back, and that's where you want to squeeze and focus on that side of your back. And then when you drop it down, nice and easy, letting that dumbbell down with good motion, and then exploding back up for your next rep. And that's how you're actually going to bust out all these reps. Good control on the upward, but you can go explosive, but definitely nice, slower, and controlled movements on that eccentric motion or that downward motion. That single arm wide row.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record, yeah. For the record, yeah. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. A6 all the hate. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the ball and age. I'm flipping the bars. I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they doubt it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. Running through it with the young influence. Adolescent presence. I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete ejected, but I'm losing, and I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost them. I can't work on winners when I know you're losing, so I work the winners and they play with deuces. Guess I have to pivot, shooting no bazookas for the facts. I need racks, paper, cash, buck a tax. That's a joke. Tell them laugh. Uncle Sam, buck out the bag. Brody plot, will get a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got lab on my back. You ain't that, then it's raps. Whoa, 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 whoa. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record.
What time is it? It's seated reverse fly time. That's what time it is. So in this particular exercise, you're going to sit on the edge of the bench. You want to grab moderate or lighter dumbbells with this one because it's really about the positioning of the weight in your body. And what you're going to do here is you're going to keep your legs nice and close. You're going to bend your waist basically where you get all the way almost to your knees. Now, you want to take the dumbbells, come underneath your hamstrings. You're going to raise the dumbbells up and basically nice squeeze with the back. Get them as high as possible without straining your back. And then a nice controlled movement coming right back down underneath the hamstrings to complete your first rep. And that's how you're going to do it. You want controlled movements, and like always, you can explode going on the upward, control it at the top, and then a nice, easy, slower movement on the downward. Seated reverse fly.
All that, thought you was gotta roll up and out. See you from afar, got my thoughts in the sky. Where we used to
Next exercise is handsaws. In this particular movement, you're going to be standing up. Your feet are about shoulder width, and then you want to kick your hips back slightly bent at the waist. You want to make sure your spine is still nice and straight, and you want to hang your arms comfortably in front of you in the prone position or hammer grip position. As this move works, you want to basically pull one dumbbell up at a time and keep maintaining that prone position. And as you're dropping the one hand, you want to alternate with the opposite hand, almost like a handsaw, and that would count as one rep. That is the standing handsaws. All right, the next exercise is going to be single arm lawnmower rows. In this particular position, you're going to be in a split stance. So let's just say on the left side, the left leg is going to be in the front, the right is in the back. Your left palm is going to be on the left knee, and you're going to be pulling with the right in a prone position or hammer grip position, meaning you want to keep your palms close to your side. Now, in this movement, unlike the wide row, you actually want to get a little twist when you get the dumbbell close to your hip. And that little last twist is actually going to engage your lower back as well. You want to hold that elbow above your back, a slight pause, and then slowly drop the dumbbell back down in a controlled fashion, and that's going to be performing your first rep. That's how you want to do all the reps. A nice explosive move coming up, slight pause at the top, and a nice slow eccentric motion all the way back down with a good stretch. That's lawnmower rows. All right, so congratulations, you finished back day, one of my favorite body parts to actually work out. Now, there aren't actual modifiers to doing these back exercises. Back is often hard just by itself, but what I will show you is after you work out back, a good idea is to possibly stretch some of those areas that you might feel tight. So we're gonna get on the ground and I'm gonna show you some back stretches that you can do. Always stretch after your muscles are warmed up. I actually did some things with back already, so my muscles are warm. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take my left leg out. I'm gonna bring that right leg over my left, just like this. From this particular case, now a lot of times what's done inappropriately is they'll put pressure here with your elbow to the knee. You don't really wanna do that. The idea is good posture here. You wanna take this chin and look over to your right shoulder, and then take this left arm and come across. Now you should feel a stretch right back here, lower part of the right side of your back, coming around here. Now you want to put pressure down here, and then just make sure you look up slightly. That way you keep good pressure here on your spine, and it's not bending over with bad posture here. Make sure you take a deep breath in through your nose and slow exhale. Spend about 15 to 20 seconds per each side, and then the opposite, same thing. Right leg is straight out, left leg over your right. Then you're gonna just take that right arm, come across, and then look over your left shoulder. If you want to go a little further, deep breath in through your nose. Slow exhale. As you're exhaling, that's when you want to twist a little bit more. Don't force anything. Wherever your tension stops, that's where you're gonna stop. And then just go ahead and relax. Another one I like to do is basically, you're just gonna grab both knees. From this position, you wanna tuck your chin, and then from here, you don't wanna just roll back. You wanna push your spine out. That's why I always recommend tucking your chin. Just think of it in this way. You're just gonna push your spine almost towards this position over here. Back here, you just wanna take your back, push it out. That spine is extending. Once I feel that spine going as far as it can, then I just start to let my arms roll forward, and then I roll down to my lower back. And in this case, then I just bring my knees to my chest. Hips are slightly off the ground, and then just rocking left to right. This rocking motion coming side to side, all this is doing is loosening up your hips down here, and it's actually just allowing your lower back to get a nice stretch. You don't want to stay on your spine. And then from this position, you want to take your knees, push back up, and then just recover all the way back. So there it is. There's back day for you. One of those exercises, this type of workout, I don't think you're going to regret. It's certainly going to add up for you. If you want to talk about upper body strength, your back plays a big role. Make sure you're focusing on it. Always meditating on what you're working out when you're doing it, because we're isolating some of these muscle groups, and by doing that, it'll just help you focus and concentrate on that particular muscle group. This is going to be on a 15, 12, 10, and 8 repetitions. So start off light, and then slowly, as you feel comfortable with those movements, then you can increase the weight. Power up, but control downward. So you can go up a little faster, but make sure that eccentric motion is always a nice controlled movement. That's really where you're building. So that's all we got for this one. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm Relentless Jake, and I'm out.